Nathan. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, I'm glad to be here.
So, what's the name of your business and what is its purpose?
The name of my business is Rios Cuts, and its purpose is basically to cater to UMD students of any gender who want haircuts because it's hard to find good barbers in the area, especially if you're a new student coming from out of state, and especially if you are minority, you don't know a lot of barbers out here who can cut our hair texture. So you want to know somebody who can deal with that and who can style it in a way, you know. So I cater to that. And I
So
keep it
what?
affordable too. Sorry, I interrupted. I keep it affordable because I know
No.
students, have a hard time, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That actually is a great purpose because I mean, you're right. Like, College Park, it kind of is, predominantly white. And there aren't, and UMD, there's like it's predominantly white as well. You kind of can't find barbers within that area, especially if you are out of state. You kind of don't know where you are, and so it is important for people to have that sort of space, so that where they know how to take care of their hair, because black hair is like a little different. It takes a lot more technique than just like straight hair. So definitely. So what inspired you to create your business?
Well, when quarantine started, like there were no barbers. So I said to myself, me being who I am, I always like to look nice and stuff. And I said, I can't wait on barbers to cut my hair. I can't let my hair grow out. So I'm gonna take it in my own hands to cut my own hair. And I started cutting my own hair. And over time, I started getting really good. And my brother started asking for haircuts. My friends started asking for haircuts. Then I realized I could turn this into a business. So I started taking it seriously and charging people. And eventually I set up a shop in my basement and now I got my own thing. And I even use myself as advertisement. Every time before I even show people my page, I'm like, look at my haircut. I do this myself. I even do a little cross or something in the back. And then they're like, oh, really? That's crazy. But yeah,
That's really tight. Wait, let me see it again. Like the cross. Oh, that's actually pretty good. How did you do that?
I have like a mirror that I bought that there's one in the front and two on the sides, and I can adjust them so I can see the back of my head and like pull the skin and use a razor.
Gotcha. So, um, how has WETATi helped you form your business mindset and help you take your business a little bit more seriously?
Well, they taught me the difference basically between a hobby and a business. So like in a business, you got to think about revenue models and all that kind of stuff. I remember when they asked me about revenue models, I was like, what is this? I didn't know what that meant. So I was just like, um, yeah, maybe this isn't really a business just yet. So, but I did want to make it look as professional as possible. So I changed up my logo and everything. And even my page, like I make little videos. I don't know if you like I'm allowed to show one right now or what. Can I like
Go
show it on
ahead.
my phone?
Go ahead. So while you're doing that, I really wanted to know how did you ever go to the WETATi Idea Labs during the year?
The Idea Labs. No, this is still pretty new to me. So like I just figured out about it through Miss Carswell, if you know her. So like she was like, you should apply for this business competition since I know you make bracelets and stuff. And I was just like, hmm. I also cut hair. She's like, okay, you could do that. So I applied to that. But let me show you one of my videos.
All right, we're gonna get copyrighted. So yeah,
I'm
that
sorry, I'm
was
feeling myself. I'm just good at what I do.
yeah, it's you have to talk your stuff, man. Can't say the other word, but like, yeah, that's a really good video. Like, very well put together,
I like to
and
ask
just
people what type of music they listen to, so I match
mhm.
it to the person. So like, there's this one
Oh,
guy from India who like listens to like this Indian trap, and I thought it was kind of cool. So like, I even in this video I added that in. So this was. So yeah.
yeah, that's very interesting. How the way that you edited the video, like from start to finish, it's very really creative and it's really incredibly interesting. So my next question is, how has WETATi eased your mind when it comes to owning a business? Like you talked
Um,
about how they helped you figure out what was it, a revenue model was?
there's something Mr. Reiki said, which kind of like hit me a little bit, was you shouldn't you should like market all your talents, all your aspects. It's not just because my whole life I've been told like just take one thing and just go with that one thing. And I'm like, but I have so many things. I can dance, I can, DJ, I'm good with nature. I have a whole nature page. I can barber, I can draw, you know, like this little tank right here, I built myself. Everything I built it. It's like a whole little terrarium, a little ecosystem. Everything
Oh
works.
wow.
And there's a little blue frog in there. It lives happy. So it's like I don't, I didn't, I had all these things. I'm like, what do I choose? So, and then like my whole life, I've been told, oh, just go with school route. That's the safe route. So it's like when she said you can market yourself in every aspect, I was like, okay, so I don't have to give up all the other things I like to do for that.
Yeah, it kind of is hard to be multifaceted and figure out like, okay, what would I like how would I go about making sure that I still keep all of these things, like be active in all of these other things. So I really felt that because I'm multifaceted myself because I write and I edit videos and all of that. So how do you incorporate all of that into your business if you can?
So, like I said, I'm an artist, so I view cutting hair as a form of art. You make your guidelines, you blend it out, like you saw me doing in the video. I show people how I do the steps, but really quickly. So I make my first guidelines, I blend it all out with my clippers. And if somebody wants to design, what I like to do, I have like what we call in the barber community our barber magic pencils. So basically, like you draw on the head, and then you can trace over it with your clippers and your razors, and then you erase the thing, and then they have that design in their head. So there's that. And also me being like very into self-care, like I have a lot of products and things like Shea Moisture conditioners, things like that. And I emphasize like to people like to use these things in their hair to keep it nice and curly and healthy. And I have like the curling sponges and I use it in people's hair. So like you'll see like the before and after pics on my pages of how like that moisture really, helps the hair out. So there's that. And also, as you saw the videos, I'm good with music. I listen to music everywhere, from everywhere. I listen to dancehall, Afro beats, reggaeton, everything. So it's like I know how to match music to the scenery, and I know how to take videos in a way with just my phone. I don't have a special camera, and like it turns out nicely. I use my art in that form of way. You can, as an artist, you can find art in many different ways. Like people just think of it as like pencil and paper and drawing, but it's more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I totally get it. And that's really interesting how you see being a barber, cutting hair as an art. And I
It
didn't
is
even
an
know
art.
that. Yeah. It's just, I was like, oh, it's just cutting hair. Like, all right,
Yeah. It like what's it called? it reminds me of like what if you cut a lot of people in the same day. It reminds me of like when I used to just draw all night because your wrist gets tired. It's like you gotta have this motion. It's not just yeah. You have to like have like a soft motion to it. Use your wrists to like flick out, and sometimes use like the corner of your blade, not the full blade, just to get in the little details in the corners and the hairs that are longer than others. You gotta have a lot of techniques down. It's a whole art. It's not just you got to make sure that the lines are straight. You can't have somebody coming out with a crooked line. So yeah, it's a whole art.
That's so cool. So, going back to WETATi, how has your coach supported you on your journey toward the main event, which is the convention, which is like next week? Like it's exactly next week.
How's my coach supported me?
Yeah.
So basically, he has like called me out on like a lot of the things I've been lacking in my presentation, which I like because I like when people are just brutally honest with me because that's how I improve. A lot of people just can't handle the truth. Me, I take that and I like, use it to improve myself. Even when I'm cutting hair, I'll ask clients and be like, what do I need to improve in my page? What do I need to improve in the haircut or something like, and then like I have a whole 360 mirror, the one I used to cut my hair, and I let them look around their whole head and be like, just tell me if you see anything that I missed that I need to improve on for next time or whatever. Usually nobody really says anything because like my haircuts come out nice. But somebody might be like, oh, I feel like the blend here needs a little bit of work. Like it's a little longer hair. I wanted it a little bit higher. I'm like, oh, okay. Cause like I was doing a blend like lower or something, you know? It's just I like to just receive that criticism that helps me progress. And he was just straightforward with me, just telling me how it is and how what other people think. Because you could talk on and on about your passion, but people are people, they're not gonna care. They just want to hear the 3 minutes. So like he was like, just cut it down short. I know you're passionate about this, but these are other people. You got to think of it like an advertisement. Like keep it short, get through all the points. You don't need to go into all the details. People just need to hear this.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Because I talk a lot too. I'm a little
Yeah,
long-winded. I could like talk for hours. And
yeah,
so that's I yeah, I'm kind of glad that I'm not in the competition because I don't know. I can't handle criticisms like that. I'm like I'm a little when it comes to that. I'm getting better though. So I'm glad that your coach is helping you and that you're taking that criticism and that a seasoned coach like Jimmy Jones is, empowering you to become better and inspire you to get your business, improve your business. So I know you're incredibly young. You're a college student. So how important is it for young people to chase their dreams right now instead of like when they get older?
it is very important because like right now is the best time to take risks. Because like when you're young, you still have time to come back from it, even if you mess up. If you're older and you got to worry more about your mess ups. You know, the thing about us, we've been so ingrained into thinking school is the only way out that we're afraid to take those risks. And a lot of us want to find the easy way out. And I hear it back and forth and back and forth, you know. So a lot of people just want to find the easy way out. But life is about taking risks, it's about working hard. So if you don't work hard or you don't take risks, unless you were born like already rich, which is very rare, like then you're not gonna get what you always wanted. You can't just sit there and expect it to just come to you. There's a lot of people who come out of college and been studying for 8 years, still don't have a job. You have to work for that. So me, knowing me, I know I don't want to work a regular job. So I know I can use my talents to make money. So in high school, I used to do simple things like I used to sell t-shirts and things. And I would make money that way. And I would sell drawings. I would make money that way. I did have an internship and I like that, but I consider that different from like a regular retail job. I didn't want to work like the other high school kids who had like a job at McDonald's or something, which is not bad for a high school kid, but I just didn't want to do that myself. So even right now, it's like I'm doing this barbering stuff. It's like you gotta know your audience, you gotta know where you're at. You know, I remember when I was a student, I didn't know who to get my haircut from. Well, I'm still a student, but when I was a freshman, I didn't know who to get my haircut from. So I was just like, damn. And like the one barber that I went to that was at UMD, you know, they've messed up my mustache and my hairline before. And I was just, I don't trust
Oh
that.
yeah, that's crazy.
So I was
How
like, let
bad
me take
was
this.
it?
It wasn't bad, but my mustache didn't look like it existed. It was just like gone. And then like I like this thin little mustache that I have. Like, is that like, but then again, I did talk a lot, so that might have messed him up because like my lips moved. But this, like they would push it a little back. Not this line, but this line. It would be a little bit over here.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
that's
like no.
no.
The thing is, like, I get why they did it because like the hairs here are thinner. So like my natural lineup is kind of like light, and to get that dark, like kind of sharp look, they went further into the darker region. But I didn't like that. I wanted them to just keep it natural, like rather than trying to make it look. And then the ones who didn't want to push it back, they'd use the barber enhancements, which is like a spray, and you just kind of spray it on, and it looks like it's darker until you take a shower.
Yeah, that's kind of gross. Like not a spray on hairline, like
It's like yeah, it's like a fake hairline basically. Every barber these days uses that, especially for Instagram. And I emphasize not to do that because like I like to keep everything natural. But some people like it, some people don't. It's like it does make the cut look nicer temporarily.
right.
But
So
yeah.
yeah, thank you so much, Nathan, for talking about your amazing business, which is Rios Cuts, right? Yeah. So do you want to give an ad? Do you want to give like a where they can follow you so that they can get their haircut, get their hairline right, so they don't like
Yeah, I got you. Also, I emphasize that my business is catered not just to one group of people. It's catered to everyone. I even cut straight hair. This was yesterday. This was a white guy right here. Got him right. And then so it's like I feel like as a real barber, you gotta know how to cut all hair textures. Like this Mexican kid who wanted a comb over. So like a lot of barbers only know how to cut one hair. So that's not. And also I want to expand and do girls too. Like the only girl I've given a haircut to is my girlfriend when she wanted a undercut fade.
gotcha.
And I do her eyebrows regularly. So
Oh wow.
and they turn out really nice. Yeah. I've thought about looking into eyebrows, but I don't know if I'll make much profit out of that. But this is my ad to shorten it up.
So it's Rios_cuts.
Yeah, on
All right,
Instagram.
cool. All right, but thank you so much, Nathan, for talking to me about your amazing business. And I really wish you good luck. I hope you do well with your pitch for the competition next week.
Thank
All
you.
right.